What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction on the channel. Yet another new anime we'll be covering today in Gachiakuta, I think it's called. Really don't know too much about this, to be honest with you. I think it's a shonen, maybe a battle shonen. Again, I don't really not awfully clued up about it. I think I did hear that one of the author of this was one of the assistants on Fire Force, I believe, and the assistant to that author. And I quite like the stylized kind of the style of his work, so maybe that might kind of come across here as well. I haven't seen any of the trailers, but I have seen some of the key visuals and character designs. They do look very stylized, so that'll probably be something this show has in abundance. So I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, I absolutely no idea. Do let me know what you guys. Don't even know what I just said then. Do let me know what you guys think about this one though down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. An object is created with care. There is a soul imbued into it. Yeah. What I was gonna say there is that I really don't have like any clue about the general premise of this. So when trash is thrown out, is there the reverse of a soul? Something that people don't care about poured into it. Some kind of darkness. I think this is by Studio Bones as well, who are sometimes amazing, sometimes a bit iffy. So we'll see how this goes. It's a handy garbage disposal, isn't it? Kind of reminds me a little bit of Holland, except for in Holland they're on the kind of surface. But it's essentially a very similar system. True. So is this what the show's going to be about? The souls that inhabit trash, or something? Well, that's not true exactly. They can be recycled. All this rubbish. That's true. Gachiakuta. I hope I'm saying that right. Gachiakuta. Yeah, as you can see, the outfits are quite extravagant, aren't they? It's a trash hoarder. Oh, not trash. As we can see the streets, this must be a hell of a well-off place. Oh, you got the bunny. The sphere. This place is in pristine condition. Not sure there's any place like this in the world, is there? Do somewhere, but certainly isn't in the UK. Not saying that this is like a good place. Places get like this for a reason. They're so shiny and pristine on the surface, but underneath as to what's caused that to be the case is quite a bit more dark and dirty and filthy most of the time. And then yeah, look at this transition. Jesus, as I was just saying, this is what's underneath that essentially. Other people having to live like this, like shanty towns. So yeah, I really like the character designs. They look really cool, don't they? Almost reminds me a little bit of like Doctor Stone in terms of like their quirkiness. They're like just different. Lovely. There's something in my drink. Yeah, here you are. Seems like that's impossible. Sounds like you're wasting your fucking time. There's got me a question now. What is under the gloves? A bastard son of 100 maniacs. So I actually think is it not more hygienic that he wears those gloves all the time in a place like this? Does that not seem logical for me to think that? Especially like interacting with so many foreign objects and all this rubbish. That's for you. Oh no, I shouldn't take it. Oh dear. Is that dude we saw earlier? That looks crazy. It looks like he's high on something. Got that intense kind of drug fiend look, if you know what I'm saying. Like, look at those eyes. Those eyes are just like, yeah. Probably take care of that. Again, I can imagine it could get easily infected in a place like this. Bandages. So yeah, his hands. Something's up with his hands. Wonder what the deal is. I used to know someone that. Oh damn! Fucking hell. They burned. I used to know someone with thumbs that were about like this big, so he couldn't use his thumbs or anything. He used to have to game in a very interesting kind of hold. It was pretty amazing that he could play games, to be honest. Sounds like the radiation meter in Fallout right now. How big aren't they? Big ass glove. Okay. Yeah, he's a cool guy. I've got bad vibes that something bad's gonna happen to him though. Is that like nice, if you know what I'm saying? The good dads never last too long in anime, unfortunately. It's always the bad dads. The pit. That's the pit. Jesus. Fucking hell. Just giant fill of shit. Jesus. I reckon it's like made in abyss. There's like a whole world out there. That is like ginormous. They not even like think like where exactly are we sending our shit? So I'm guessing again. I'm assuming they just do it. They're like, oh, it's just a pit of darkness. We'll just chuck it there. It's convenient. With little thoughts of what's actually like happening. It would be pretty awesome if it like mutated into some kind of being that then got that kind of revenge. I'm not sure that would be the case, but that'd be pretty cool to see. I don't know. I kind of want to see what's in there. Again, I feel like it's this whole other world essentially. Germs and so on. Are you gonna give her the bloody teddy or what? No, well, he does look a bit like a fish face like that. I think it's because his eyes are like slightly kind of. This guy's facial expressions really are uncanny. Honestly, I'm assuming he's dead right now. Oh shit. You just know he's dead. Pretty sure those guys are coming from this direction as well, right? No, he's not. Surprising. Oh, he is. I see this. Oh, he's not dead yet. Yeah, what's the deal with this guy? Oh shit. He spared him. Hmm. So I assumed it was those people that done this because they were coming from this direction. I mean, we saw a shot of this guy kind of skulking about, but he just took a book and left. Yeah, he's got to go because I think surely they'll probably blame him for this if he was caught here, just to pin it on someone. And they're already here. Interesting. So, we've still got 5 minutes left, which is good. Yeah, it's kind of feels like a setup then, doesn't it? The fact that these guys are here. I'm assuming these guys are what. I might be wrong about this. Just from the design of that person we saw kill. I don't want to say the name I was about to say. Regto. What I was about to say. I think it's similar to that, isn't it? Regto. It's close. Fecto. Yeah, considering their timely arrival here, I assume they're working together, right? Like they killed his dad, or not his actual dad, but his essentially his dad, so that they could pin it on him and then get his and then imprison him or kind of send him to the trash or whatever, send him where they found him essentially. Well, they might not be working together, but this might just be a coincidence, or the guy might have just tipped off these guys and they're not actually working together. But I've got to assume they are because, yeah, the timely nature of their arrival here. It's a little bit sus, isn't it? It's a little bit sus. Good start though already. Good start of the show. Especially enjoying the start of it. Interesting premise as well. Not a premise you see at all, really. Trash world. So we are going to find out what's in the trash. Kind of glad. Again, I feel like there's like a whole other world down there. It's not just this pit. All those guys look like fucking AZ from Pokemon. Fortunately, this is a quite a historical site. This, to be honest, isn't it? Unfortunately, I mean, not in this manner, but us humans used to do something very similar. You really are just gonna give up on him this fucking easily? Damn. That sucks. That sucks. There he is. What a bastard. Ooh. What a bastard. Like, just to show himself like that, just before. Okay. I'm expecting again some like kind of mutation germ stuff going on here. I think it'd be really fucking cool. Mutant kind of like almost like toxic Avenger type kind of and mutation and stuff. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that movie, by the way. It's supposed to come out ages ago. So he is alive. He's now in the world of shit. It doesn't look an awful lot different from where he was a minute ago, to be honest. Not awfully. There's a much bigger difference from the kind of high society to where he was than there was to where he was to now, isn't there? Yes. Awesome. Oh shit. That is fucking cool, isn't it? Gachiakuta. Okay. I think as men, we just kind of like stuff like that. I used to watch a lot of like TV shows about people like going to like garbage dumps and kind of building contraptions and such, robot wars and stuff like that. That's not the show I'm talking about here, but shows like Robot Wars and just like seeing people kind of make stuff out of this garbage and stuff. I forget what the shows are called, but yeah, they go like garbage dumps, pick up items, whatever it was, and then put them together and like have a contest against each other. Can't remember the name of the show exactly, but yeah, I think as guys we just kind of love seeing stuff like that. Yeah, really good first episode. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Very interesting soundtrack as well. Heavy metal, which is quite fitting. So we didn't see the opening, did we? I don't think. I think it had OP and ED in the same kind of sentence in these credits, so that makes me believe that it's the same people doing the opening as well as the sending, which is really cool. Again, stylistically, very much fits. But yeah, really cool first episode. Interesting, very interesting premise actually. With that whole kind of, do you reckon this is like what they spoke about in the intro, with there being like a soul kind of coming from the things that you love? If they're made with love, they're imbued with a soul. This being like the opposite, I guess this is kind of like the evidence of that these things have gained something akin to a soul. And if the loving side is like equated to like God and heaven, this would be hell souls and lost kind of dark souls perhaps. But yeah, really cool. I love this kind of stuff. It reminds me a lot of like Digimon. There's a lot of really cool kind of metallic and kind of metal kind of Digimon. Inevitably a lot of them end up like that. They go through like the stages of evolution to end up being like that, which I find I usually like them some of the most. So yeah, really cool stuff here. I'm looking forward to seeing plenty more awesome kind of, I'm not sure what to call these, garbage monsters. I'll call them. I'm looking forward to seeing plenty more of these hopefully. And it's not quite the mutation kind of germ stuff that I was talking about, but it's something similar, where things have kind of, all of this trash has kind of come together in a sense to kind of make something different and new. And might be what I said earlier about like this all kind of rising up and maybe throwing it back to the people that dumped all this rubbish. Hopefully we can build something big enough to actually fucking get back at them or something. But yeah, disastrous ending, of course. Really sad to see that his childhood kind of crush just like dismiss him like this after all this time. After yeah, it's just a horrible way to leave, with her saying like I believed in you, throwing away the little bunny. That really sucked. Kind of a few things I did see coming, like the death of the dad. I think that was just like, it's one of those showing things where it's like it's pretty obvious that's going to happen. He's too nice of a person, and the kind of death signals were there, weren't they? But yeah, absolute bastard move by this murderer as well, just kind of showing his face right at the end there. Well, not his face, but his mask, to show that he's witnessing his death. It's really interesting because perhaps I was wrong about him kind of working with those people. Perhaps he's like perhaps he is, but he's like a kind of spy of sorts, like a kind of undercover agent for them or something. Like he works, yeah, like a special agent. So he tries not to get caught or anything. He tries not to stand out. He's working with them in that fashion, or perhaps he's just some kind of rival. Don't really know. Hopefully we'll find out at some point. But yeah, really good start. Love the kind of world building of this so far. I think the premise is really cool. The characters, especially the designs, I thought really interesting. But I did kind of, as hard as it is to build up an emotional kind of to build up that kind of feelings towards these characters and towards his death. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't like a disastrous moment for me. I didn't go, oh my god, or anything like that. But I think they've done a pretty good job of showing us how awesome of a guy this guy was, and how big of a loss it was to our main character, Rudo, I think his name is. But yeah, really solid first episode. I enjoyed this quite a bit. Do let me know what you guys thought about this first episode though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with episode 2.